I purchased my dream condo after 8 years of sacrifice, skipped trips, canceled birthdays, late nights, early mornings. Every dollar stored was another step closer to peace. So I planned a small gathering, just 15 people, relatives mostly, invites sent a month ahead, group chats, calendar alerts, even a food list labeled with everyone's name. I scrubbed every corner twice, lit candles, pressed the cloth napkins, and then I waited and waited. Not one knock, not a single delay. I stood at the door with a tray of cupcakes melting in my hands as the sun sank behind my brand new skyline view. Then I heard it, a ping. My mom had posted a boomerang with champagne glasses clinking in someone else's home. Proud of our girl's first place. The caption read, "A filtered smile, a toast, my name tagged, but not a soul in sight." The photos were taken from my own Instagram. I stood there alone in the space I built brick by emotional brick and realized they never planned to come. Not to my party, not to my joy, not to me. My name is Ivy Talbot. I'm 30. And if you think you know how this ends, stay tuned. Because what happens when the ones meant to stand in your light use it to polish their own reflection? What happens when the place you thought you'd celebrate with family becomes the place you learn to exist without them? I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I turned off the lights, ate alone on the kitchen floor, and when the final candle faded out, I whispered to the dark, "You only get to betray me once." I didn't log in the next morning. I didn't want to see their hearts, their false cheers, their digital claps for a party they didn't attend. Instead, I woke up early, brewed coffee in my new kitchen, and sat by the window watching mist roll in. It felt strange. I had everything I wished for. Stone counters, a walk-in closet, real wood floors, but I felt like a trespasser in my own happiness. That's when the bell rang. It was my neighbor, Mrs. Keene. Late 60s, floral dress. She handed me a tiny potted plant. "This place deserves care," she said. "You deserve people who water you back." She didn't stay long, but I cried when she left. Later that night, I opened my family group chat. Missed notes. "You should have reminded us again. Your brother had his game. Next time, let's just do dinner at Mom's." Then Mom added, "By the way, can you help co-sign Ezra's lease? It would mean so much." I didn't answer. Instead, I opened my banking app. 2 auto payments for my account. One for Mom's cable, one for Ezra's car bill. I canceled both. I sent a single message. I bought this condo for peace. Not to be a quiet sponsor for people who don't care I exist. Consider this the last payment. Silence. Then 3 dots appeared and vanished. It was the quietest that chat had ever been. I looked around my condo. Walls I painted myself, shelves I built, windows I polished, and whispered, "This home isn't for them, it's for me." Because sometimes the ones who never arrive are the ones who taught you how to stand alone. A week passed, no apology, no sudden visit, just silence, and then predictably a favor. Mom called, voice. Ezra's loan didn't clear. They said your name was listed as the backup signer. Could you just... I didn't let her finish. I stepped out, I said evenly, the same way I took back the spare keys under your mat. Silence. Then her tone hardened. Don't punish family over a tiny misstep. You're overreacting. There it was again. Overreacting. The label they used when I cried at graduations they skipped. When I sent reminders no one read. When I poured effort into milestones no one noticed. I stayed quiet. Ended the call. Blocked her number. Deleted the shared family calendar. That night, I climbed to my rooftop. The skyline shimmered with city light, wind threading through my hair like a lullaby. I wasn't furious anymore, just untethered, until a message arrived from someone unexpected. "Hey, I went to Ezra's party. Your mom said you didn't want guests. Said you preferred being left alone. That didn't sound like you." It was Sarah, my cousin from Michigan. Her words carried tears even through text. "I would have come, Ivy." "I'm sorry." I answered simply. "Thank you. You're the only one who asked how I felt." Then she asked something that froze me. "Can I visit now? I'd love to see your place." I glanced at the skyline, lights glimmering like promises, and smiled. Yes, I'd like that. Because healing isn't shutting out forever. It's choosing who still earns a seat at your table. Sarah came the next weekend with a tote bag, a bakery box, and arms that held like home. We sat on the floor of my bare dining room, eating raspberry tarts off napkins, talking like we did as kids, before Miles, before expectations fractured everything. She asked, "Do you miss them?" I paused, watching steam curl from my mug. I missed the version I once believed in. Then I smiled. But I like this silence better than begging for noise that cuts. Sarah said nothing, just nodded, slow and knowing. Later, we sifted through old boxes, photos, report cards. Piece by piece, I let go of what I'd clung to from duty. And when I folded the last lid closed, something inside me shifted. This apartment wasn't owed to anyone. Not the walls, not the view, not the joy patched from scars. They didn't make this. I did. Sarah left Sunday, leaving a sticky note on my fridge. Proof you can be the light even when they leave you in the dark. But Monday brought another storm. An envelope from the family lawyer. A notarized request asking if I'd voluntarily grant Ezra part ownership of my apartment as a show of unity. I nearly laughed. Instead, I wrote one word across the page and sent it back. Denied. No speech, no spectacle, just limits. The kind you set when you finally learn silence isn't weakness. It's freedom. I thought that was the end. A clean break, a line inked and done. But people like my family never release what they can't control. Access denied to what they believed they owned. 3 days later, Ezra appeared. No call, no warning. Just my doorbell at 7 a.m., his grin stretched thin, a grocery bag dangling like peace offering. Thought I'd finally come see the place, he said. I opened the door, not out of welcome, but curiosity, to watch the performance unfold up close. He wandered through, nodding. Nice spot. Kitchen could have used better light. Mom says you cut corners. My brow arched. Mom didn't pay for this. He chuckled, as if I were joking, set the bag down, poured himself orange juice like he lived here. As though this wasn't the same brother who texted LOL when I invited him and never showed. He skimmed my bookshelf, finger tracing spines, then paused. You know, it'd really mean a lot if you shared the asset. Put it under all our names. Keep things equal. I took the glass from his hand, tipped the juice into the sink, and whispered, equal is when everyone builds, not when everyone takes. His face froze. Then he stormed out, door slamming hard. I locked it, slid to the floor and laughed. Not bitter. Not broken. Free. Because owning your space means knowing who doesn't get to enter anymore. I didn't expect the ripple, but quiet defiance echoes louder than any scream. Next morning, the concierge handed me a note. Your brother tried leaving a gift. I didn't let him up. Inside was a check for $500. Ezra's handwriting scrawled on the memo, for the walls you think are yours. I stared. It wasn't about money. It was bait. A test. I didn't cash it. I didn't shred it. I mailed it back with a sticky note. These walls are mine because I built them. Yours collapse the moment someone tells you no. Silence for days, until Mom called, voice sugar-coated, pretending none of it happened. Oh, honey, we're having a family dinner Sunday. Your father wants to toast Ezra's new business. Nothing else. No mention of me. So I asked, should I bring dessert? A beet. If you want. So I did. A cake. Not ordinary. 2 layers of tiramisu, cocoa dusted, piped in dark chocolate script. Built without you. I dropped it off 15 minutes before dinner, handed it to the waiter, walked away. Later, Ezra posted it cropped, showing only frosting swirls, hiding the message. But Sarah sent me the uncut photo. Caption. Even iced out, she's still the one serving cake. That night, I slept easier. Because some families never taste bitterness, even when it's spelled in chocolate. And some daughters stop baking for ghosts. By Thursday afternoon, an email appeared from a real estate agent I'd never contacted.